Hello there UK ADCers. Today I have this, which is the Pocket Butcher by ADV Pocket, a South African maker. So, as you might imagine, this came from South Africa. This was £359.95 from Heine Haynes. And it comes in this very simple, but, does the job, pouch. Certainly not super impressive, but very nice to see. At least we get something instead of just the usual custom maker, just bubble wrap. So yeah, that's fine. I can't find any Andre de Villiers warranty information, although having bought this from Heine Haynes, I feel safe enough with them. So it's I guess he'd only offer that for like custom knives and things, and expects you to go through the dealer if you're buying these production ones. So anyway, let's get on to this. The action on this is it has a 600 gram strength spring that I've measured, or 1.3 pounds, and that puts it in the low to mid range of action. However, it's a very satisfying action there, very easy to open because you've got a generous portion of blade exposed to grab onto and pull it open. It has a long pull on both sides and nothing impeding access, so this is completely ambidextrous, this knife. You do have the screws that are just holding the covers on. They're T6s. Apart from that, this is all pinned together construction, so you're not going to be taking this apart or anything. You get these copper inserts on there, which are lovely, and I don't know if you can see, they've got a little bit of patina, like just sort of developing now. They're not as shiny as they once were. You get your lanyard hole here. Get yourself a brass nameplate on these really, really rich, nice dark wood covers. Grip on this is really nice. You can see it fills up the whole hand. You get a little space for your forward finger here, and really, really fits in there. Very nice and solid. You get a good platform for your thumb. Very, very good. Fit and finish on this overall is fantastic, but there are a few minor things I just want to point out, and keep in mind these are really minor, but £360, it is something just worth pointing out, that it's just to show it's not perfect even at this price. There is a noticeable gap here, which is somewhat frustrating considering I've seen some of Slick Slicer's Andre de Villiers knives, and they all seem to be perfect. It just seems to be my luck, sadly. Usually they're all like this the whole way up, but for some reason this just seems to have a little gap there, which is a shame. The other thing that's not quite perfect on these is if you can see where the wood here, the covers, meets the actual scale here, you might be able to see that there is actually not a perfect meet up there. You can get your nail on there, and there's just a little bit of extra metal that just needs, either the metal needs filing down or they needed a tiny bit more wood. It is the same on the bottom, sadly, so it's not like I can just unscrew these and move it one way or the other. And it is the same on the other side. Just a little bit of metal just exposed there, which is a shame. I don't know if that's just shrunk due to age because of the wood, or if I don't know, just a small manufacturing error or something like that. I couldn't tell you, but it's there, it's happened, so bit of a shame really. Very minor though, you don't notice it while you're using it. Cannot feel it whatsoever there. It's just I spent £360 on this, so I want everything to be perfect, kind of niggle. So blade steel on this is N690, and you can see right there. You also have Pocket Butcher underneath that, which is a lot more prominent. That N690 is very faint, and de Villiers on the other side, very cleanly stamped into the blade there. The edge retention is exactly what you'd expect for N690. I have had to sharpen this once or twice, but it's very easy to sharpen, being N690. It's been a little while since I sharpened it, but there you go. You see it's just gliding through these. So no issues on there. It performs up to what I'd expect from this steel. Centering on this is absolutely spot on. This is something I'm very happy with. Just look at that. Really is absolutely dead center. Really pleased with that. You do get yourself a sharpening choil and sort of like a kick here, so that if it closes on your finger, no worries. The kick will just prevent it from slamming into your finger there and cutting you. The kick also doesn't engage with the back spring, it engages with a stop pin that you can see just in there. And that keeps the blade nice and raised away from, you can see the bottom of the blade there, nice and raised away from the back spring, so you don't get any blade wrap or anything horrible like that. Blade play, there is a teeny tiny, I can just feel something moving in there, and I don't know if that's because this pin isn't tight enough or something, but I can't really see any, but I can definitely feel some kind of minor movement. Let's get this out versus some other knives. There's a UK PK there and a Victorinox Pioneer, and as you can see, it's right in line with UK legal limits on size. As for the larger side of things on the American market, we have a Buck 110 and a Benchmade 940, and as you can see, it's smaller than both of those easily. No surprises there, but I still feel like it's worth mentioning, at least just as a benchmark of comparison size. So this has been an absolutely lovely thing to carry. This is one of those that you pull out and you just have a little stare at before you use and just before you put it away. Really nice piece, this. One thing there's no getting away from is it is pretty aggressive looking. It is called the Pocket Butcher, and that is likely what's going to jump into people's heads as you pull this out and you have this huge cleaver that you're just going into boxes with. So maybe not the safest knife to carry for just, out and about. Certainly I wouldn't be getting this out in the open or anything crazy like that. That said, it is still, to my opinion as someone who's not a lawyer, legal in the UK to carry. It does meet the requirements on the legislation, so I'm happy to carry it. Just, to places where I know people are, okay and familiarised with it already. It is a little bit heavy, so if you are wearing just jogging bottoms or something like that, you are going to notice this is going to drag them down a little bit, but as long as you're wearing, jeans or something, this will be fine. It's just, a little bit heavier than your typical knife, as it's, is a very solid construction all across there. Oh, I did forget to mention, you've got that 2017 IH there, as well as on the back there. The only problems with this at all are that, I don't even really want to qualify these as problems. They're so minute. If this knife was 100, maybe I would have given them a quick passing mention, but I really wouldn't have even thought of them as problems at all. But when it's £360, that gapping, yeah, you could have sorted that. And this stuff here, like I said, I don't know if this is where the wood shrunk or something, but it definitely, you can see the shelf there, just like where the shade's hitting it. The teeny tiny bit of blade play, like I said, it is probably the smallest amount I've ever felt. I can just feel something moving. I'm not even sure if it's, it must be the blade because that's what I'm wiggling, but yeah, but it's just not cool to see at £360. But there you go. It will happen, and it's it's so minor, and he's got things like the centering is so perfectly dead on. I can't help but love this still. I do wish it had this kind of finish the whole way up, just like on Eric's ones. But yeah, it's a really, I am happy that is the worst thing about this. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had some similarly priced knives that have missing a stop pin recently and things like that. So it's nice to see that's the smallest issues, the biggest issues. Sorry. Overall, this is a very unique piece. I've not seen anything else that comes close to what this looks like. It's very much its own thing. For better or worse, I know a lot of people do not like this. Nick Shabazz, for one, thinks that's about the ugliest thing in the world, which is fair enough. This to each their own. I'm fine with this. I think this is really nice. It's a very expensive piece. Possibly another one that I would recommend, because I've seen so many that are really nice. If you can actually make the trip. Oh, we're in a pandemic, aren't we? If you can wait until whatever happens, and maybe this is the future and you're looking at this and laughing about that. Maybe this is one that's worth going to the dealer and actually having a look at their selection before picking up and just seeing if you can find one of those really nice examples that's just perfectly smooth the whole way up. Because it is really something to behold when they're that well made. It is just such a shame. Mine's just shy of that mark. But that's my big real complaint about that. It's just that one tiny little gap, and I'm fine with that. So yeah, very nice, absolutely easy to use, does the job. Just expensive. At this level, we're just getting into sort of pocket jewellery, aren't we? Thank you very much for watching.